Say it with me now. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
I challenge you to come up with 4 words that kick more ass.
Go, go, Power Ranger.
Okay, yes, but the Turtles came first. If you want to figure out how old a person is, ask them what cartoon defined their childhood, and most will tell you about the pizza-loving Turtles of the 1980s. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird back in 1984, and 3 years later came this.
Donatello Dust Machine.
That's a fact, Jack.
Yes, sir, once this song hit your ears, you knew it was time to kick some serious shell and bug your parents for all the toys Playmates had to offer. Wait, the toys? No, you need to go on the concert tour.
You hear the rhythm and you're moving your feet. Ain't nothing like a song with a beat. No, we're coming now, out from under the street. We're coming out of our shell.
Forget all that shit, we've got to eat some turtle pies.
We're heroes in a half shell, we're making a surprise. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie. Fresh from the sewers to you.
Yeah, fresh from the sewer? God. Listen, anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that the Turtles were huge. And in 1990, less than 6 years after its creation, came the live-action movie. For a concept to have the kind of eagerness that these fans had, a live-action movie was a natural next step. However, a lot of studios turned down the idea. Studios like Disney, Warner Brothers, Columbia, and others all turned down the movie until finding a home at New Line. And a director named Steve Barron. What, you don't recognize Steve Barron? Well, you might recognize these.
Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guy.
For 40 days and for 40 nights, I was on the side. But who can stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and the land.
So how did the first live adaptation of the Ninja Turtles work out? Let's talk Turtles. The movie begins in New York City as April Exposition O'Neil reports on the recent crime wave escalation in the city, as we see thieves stealing everything from wallets to VCRs.
April O'Neil, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Wait a minute, that's supposed to be Channel 6 News, not Channel 3. Damn it, 3 minutes in and we're already screwing up the story. So this is April O'Neil, played by Judith Hoag. And I hope you enjoy this yellow raincoat, because that is going to be the last time you see that comparison from the cartoon. April walks to her van when she's jumped by robbers, when, all of a sudden... Oh, maybe you're thinking I left out something. Nope, it just kinda cuts to black.
Whoa!
A cop-out to be sure, but effective nonetheless. Now at this point, if you were a kid, you just want to see the Turtles. And as their shadows come into frame, they leap out and...
Awesome!
they just look incredible.
Bossa Nova!
I mean, seriously, they look so good it makes you want to curse.
Damn!
Okay, before Raph shouts out any more obscenities, let's take a few minutes to talk about the Turtles themselves. The turtle suits were developed by Jim Henson's Creature Shop in London, and even claimed that the suits were some of the most advanced work that he had ever done. The 4 turtles were each brought to life by at least 3 people: the voice actors, the in-suit actors, and the head animatronics team. So, who exactly are voicing the Turtles? Well, you might be surprised by a few. Raphael is voiced by Josh Pais, who is also the in-suit actor. Leonardo is voiced by Brian Tochi,
I drink to that.
Michelangelo is voiced by Robbie Rist.
Who are you calling fat? I'm just a little chubby, okay?
And Donatello is voiced by one of the greatest things to ever come out of the 1980s, Corey Feldman.
We're fighters for truth, justice, and the American way.
Right.
As for the actors inside the turtle costumes, well, they're going to pop out throughout the movie, so I'll be sure to point them out to you as they come.
Our domain is the shadow. Stray from it reluctantly. For when you do, you must strike hard and fade away without a trace.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you something that's either going to ruin or make Splinter more awesome. Okay, Splinter is voiced by Kevin Clash, who is the voice of Elmo.
Elmo was a karate master.
Anyway, while Raph hits up a movie, the rest of the turtles celebrate and order a pizza, of course.
2 and an 8. Terrific. Where the heck is 122 and an 8?
You're standing on it, dude.
Also, quick note, where exactly are the turtles getting money? Are they stealing from thieves, or are they just kind of finding it on the ground? Fuck that, never mind. Raph stops two muggers and pursues them into the park, where we meet Casey Jones, played by Elias Koteas.
Slow, freak, I got work to do. Freak! Freak! What the heck was that?
Look like sort of a big turtle in a trench coat. You're gonna LaGuardia, right?
Come back here! I'm not finished with you! Damn!
April talks with her boss about interviewing the police chief, and in the interview she alludes to the existence of the Foot Clan, a secret crime organization. Unfortunately for her, Shredder sees the interview and orders his ninjas to
Sorry, Chief, but it often seems that somebody ought to.
Silencer.
She apparently walks into the same empty subway from Daredevil when the Foot suddenly appears.
I deliver a message. Shut it.
Raph jumps in and fights off the group of ninjas, and honestly, he comes off as not the most perceptive of ninja. Like here, he can't even tell if he's being followed. April wakes up, and of course she freaks out.
Now those guys in the black pajamas, they jumped me. And that rat, I saw you in the parking lot. That explains you. And you guys, I have no idea where you came from.
France. We come from France.
He tells her about how he was a rat in Japan and how he found the turtles and that they were the early prototype for the nightmare-inducing Skeksis. So the turtles escort April home, where she invites them in for pizza, and they have a really good time. Until...
You killed my brother, you dirty rat. Woo!
That must be Splinter's favorite.
Dude, racist! The turtles return to a horrifying scene as they discover that Splinter has been kidnapped. Nowhere else to go, the turtles go back to April's, where her boss returns the following morning with his son Danny, forcing the turtles to hide.
Hand me a towel, will you?
Where do you keep the towels?
Where everyone keeps their towels, of course, the shower.
Charles, no!
What's wrong?
We get to see the Foot's hideout, which I'm pretty sure every parent in the 80s thought their kids were doing. Smoking, drinking, gambling, and hanging out with Sam Rockwell.
Regular or mental?
He was just horribly misunderstood. He just wanted to teach them how to dance.
Yeah! What I'm talking about.
Anyway, besides hanging out in the same place from hackers, it's also a fight club, where Tatsu, Shredder's second-in-command, trains new Foot Clan members. And this is our first good look at Shredder, played by James Sato, who will play Dr. Sanjo in the upcoming Cloak and Dagger show. Check it out! Superior Critic is in no way being paid to say to watch Cloak and Dagger on Freeform this year, but hey, if you'd like to pay him, he won't complain.
Of the foot, there is a new enemy. Freaks of nature.
Freak! Freak!
Who interfere with our business. You are my eyes and ears. Find them. Together we will punish these.
Well, it's not the worst TED Talk I've ever heard.
These turtles.
While April continues her story, Raphael and Leonardo argue about what they're going to do about finding Splinter.
That's the plan from our great leader, huh? Just sit here on our butts. I never said I was a great leader.
No, but the cartoon sure did. So as Raph works out his frustration, let's face it, he should be taking the Kevin Bacon approach. He's ambushed by the Foot, once again proving he's not exactly the best ninja, and beat up quite badly, getting tossed through a window, hitting the ground so hard it turned his shell into a fucking pillow.
No, he's alive. Barely.
The rest of the Turtles take on the Foot Clan and, hey, is Michelangelo flipping me off? And it is glorious. It's solid martial arts action with humor thrown in. The Turtles make jokes.
These guys aren't lumberjacks. No joke. The only thing safe in the woods would be the trees.
Do silly moves.
Wheel of Fortune, dude.
I mean, they really bring the house down. Heck, even Casey Jones joins the party. But with overwhelming numbers and the house on fire, the Turtles are forced to retreat. Whew! With that much action taking place, the movie decides to let us all take a breath. As the Turtles, April, and Casey all retreat to her family's old farm, where April finds out that she was fired for not letting the Foot Clan story go.
No. It is me who should thank you for that privilege, right?
Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Gosh, it's kind of like moonlighting, isn't it?
Yeah, moonlighting. A reference that no kid in the 80s would have gotten. Hell, I'm an adult and I barely get it now. They all pass time in their own way. April draws, Donnie and Casey repair a truck, and Leo watches over Raph as he gets better. Heck, Casey and April even have some chemistry.
Lead the way, Toots.
Toots?
Oh, babe? Sweet cakes? Ah, princess.
Muffin? Snookums? Sugar tits? What? None of this is making me more attractive?
Do you want to throw me a clue here? I'm drowning.
Raph finally wakes up, probably wondering why they were trying to drown him, when I see something that will haunt my nightmares for all time.
The Turtles are four once again, and yet still not whole. A lingering doubt remains, an unknown which they can't bear to face. Their greatest fear.
They meditate to communicate with Splinter, where he gives them a very important message.
You will go to the Dagobah system. There you will learn from Yoda, the Jedi Master who instructed me.
With my final words, I love you all, my sons.
What is it?
It's time to go back.
To the future!
The Turtles return home, where they discover two things. One, that Danny ran away from home, and...
You're a claustrophobic.
You want a fist in the mouth? I've never even looked at another guy before.
Two, that was the funniest line in the movie. Casey follows Danny back to the Foot's hideout, to background music sounding a little bit like the Unsolved Mysteries theme when Danny speaks with Splinter again.
A pet of my master Yoshi. His only rival was a man named Urokusaki, and they competed in all things, but none more fiercely than for the love of a woman. A woman!
Shredder organizes the Foot to attack the Turtles at their lair, but they are tricked and quickly dispatched. I think. Meanwhile, Casey and Danny free Splinter.
Who are you?
My God, Splinter, your breath is horrible. The Turtles are busy kicking some serious shell. Even April employs an indefensible attack.
And stop!
Casey manages to defeat Tatsu, probably killing him with that golf club, and even Sam Rockwell comes to grips with reality.
We're a family. All this, here, and that down there. Family.
There's always room for family.
Casey and Danny manage to rescue Splinter as the Turtles take the fight up to the streets.
Are you crazy? Could have killed me! You're welcome!
They continue to kick all kinds of ass, and once again it looks great. Then, the Shredder appears.
This guy's good. Now, at exactly what point did we lose control here?
I do love this scene with the Shredder just kind of pacing around, not looking at the Turtles or anything. It's kind of like, yes, let me see. I'm gonna need eggs and milk from the store. Pick up my dry cleaning and... Oh yeah, I'm fighting turtles!
Where's Splinter?
Ah, the rat.
Huh?
So it has a name. It had a name.
You lie! Liar! Liar!
Shredder manages to get the upper hand, almost killing Leonardo in the process, until Splinter appears and manages to defeat him with one move. Dropping him to a gruesome death as Casey Jones turns on the trash compactor.
Oops!
Listen to them. They're dying, Artu. Curse my metal body. I wasn't fast enough. It's all my fault.
The movie ends with the Turtles celebrating their defeat of the Foot Clan and the Shredder, as Casey and April share a kiss. I guess all that forcing himself on her paid off.
9.95! Alright, April! Alright, Casey!
And that was the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So, how was it? Well, how can I put it?
We were awesome!
Bodacious!
Good shit!
Yeah, I have to agree. Everything about the movie felt great. The fighting, the humor, the actors, all were good. But that wasn't the reaction from some of the critics. Most of them weren't very kind, calling it stupid and giving it F ratings. And as a fellow critic, I can respect that. Just kidding, they're fucking wrong. Just a couple of fun facts before we end the review. First, its budget was only $13.5 million, and it made about $202 million back at the box office, making it one of the most successful independent films ever. Despite taking place in New York City, the majority were shot in North Carolina, and the New York set was a reused portion of the Big Trouble in Little China set. Finally, Pizza Hut contributed to more than $20 million in marketing the film, but Domino's Pizza is what the Turtles actually end up eating. So good. Super Critic is not endorsed in any way by Domino's and should be ignored. However, if Domino's wants to pay him, he won't turn it down. Pizza is awesome. Well, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles underneath my belt, I guess it's time to shift my focus onto something else. How about something else where a guy was in a suit? Till next time.
Cowabunga!
I made a funny.
On the half shell, they're the heroes for. In this day and age, who could ask for more? The crime wave is high, with muggings mysterious. All police and detectives are furious, cause they can't find the source of this lethally evil force. This is serious, so give me a quarter. I was a witness, get me a reporter. Call April O'Neil in on this case. Hey, you better hurry up, there's no time to waste. We need help like quick on the double. Have pity on the city, man, it's in trouble.
Can you believe this guy? Come on, don't just ninja kick the damn rabbit. Do something!
Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe for more super videos.